Minecraft. Sublime is a word one could use to describe the incredible landscapes one finds in Minecraft. In today's episode of Exploration and Tactics with Brian, we will be finding a new landscape, a new type of biome, with a new plant, but that'll be coming up. First off, let me show you what I've done off camera. Let's go ahead and get started. Welcome back to more Exploration and Tactics with Brian, and I have done a bit more work off camera, as you can possibly see here, and we'll talk about a few different things. I might also run some clips of just when I had the camera rolling, but I wasn't doing commentary as I talk about some of these things. So for one, I went ahead and got my horse from my other base over here. I had trouble going through a nether portal with him. Possibly the nether portals need to be made bigger in order to do that, and so I ended up riding the horse over here. And even though we can't see it, I believe he is connected via a lead. I logged out and logged back in, and now I don't actually see the lead, but there is a lead attached to something here, it looks like, and so hopefully he's not going anywhere. Hopefully that's going to turn out good. We'll get to this in a moment. Let's see. I went underground. I dug myself like a little mine shaft and just did a little bit of branch mining. The mine shaft is right down here in order to get some more diamonds because I wanted them for a variety of reasons. And so I've managed to grab some more, and one of the things you'll see is diamond ore, because once I got some more diamonds, I did another level 30 enchant back at my enchanting table at my old base, and I finally got a good pick. Efficiency 4, Unbreaking 3, and Silk Touch 1. And so as a result of that, I also took ender pearls and blaze powder from the blaze rods that we got from the nether fortress, and made a couple of ender chests, and I put one down here, and I'm keeping one in my inventory along with the Silk Touch pick. And so that is going to enable us to do some traveling, which is great. While I was downstairs doing some mining, I came back upstairs only to discover that our friend, the zombie that I had trapped in here, had disappeared. Recall that I had trapped him just with the minecart rails, and so he effectively was just, seemed like he could walk right out, but he was choosing not to because of the minecart rails that they don't like to pathfind over. In any case, he had disappeared, and since he was carrying an item, he couldn't have just despawned. And so I'm pretty sure he burned up, and I'm pretty sure he walked over the rails and walked out into the sunlight. And so I've been trying to... I got another one trapped in here, and I've been trying to observe his behavior. And I think basically if they see you and they're trying to pathfind to you, they will never choose to walk on top of the rails. But I think possibly if you are out of their line of sight or far enough away that they are not seeing you, they go back into wander mode. And then when they're just wandering around, they can walk over the rails, is I think possibly what happened. I don't have enough evidence quite yet to completely support that theory, and I haven't done enough experimenting to try to understand the mob behavior. But in any case, it seems like just penning in the zombie with the rails that they don't like to walk over is not good enough in order to keep that zombie around forever. And so I went ahead and got another one fetched over there so that we would still have one on the scoreboard that we can see on the right. Someone in one of the previous episodes gave a great idea for, or what I think is a great idea for the achievements, which is rather than simply, having them kept track on here and keeping track of, 18 on the scoreboard, each of the achievements on here has a particular icon for the achievement, and they're all just items in the game, and so wouldn't it be great to actually display all of those achievements on some kind of wall, because I like kind of visual monuments. And so, another reason that I wanted to get the Silk Touch pick and more diamonds is I have gotten 18 achievements so far, and so I've gotten those 18 achievements, item, icon, thingies, or whatever, all over here. And so I figured we would put these up on the achievement wall, which I have built out of smooth stone over here. We could do that together. The smooth stone, basically with all the branch mining I was doing to get the diamonds, I got plenty of cobblestone and then used some lava buckets to cook up a bunch of smooth stone. And so that's where that has come from. And that did not go into my inventory as smoothly as I was hoping. But basically the idea... Oh, this will be a pain in the neck because I have to put each one in my inventory and then pop it down here. All right, that's not so bad. But is there any particular order I want to put these in? Like, they're kind of all over the map on the... Someone also suggested, like, possibly I could even try to, like, lay them out the way that they're laid out over here. But I thought that that was going to be a little too cluttered to try to, like, have them kind of all branching off. And so I think I am just going to put all of the achievement things kind of in no particular order on here. But if people have a better idea, I'm not afraid to go and rework the way that I've got the achievement markers. But basically, so for example, that's like the cow tipping or whatever. I may put signs that also labels each achievement and kind of what it is. But the first one is taking inventory, for example, and that is represented by a book. And yeah, that was the first 9. No, 3, 6, 7, 8. What other item in my inventory? I got 1 piece of wood. Right. Let's be a little bit more careful. Oh, the sun's about to go down, which I can tell because I'm carrying around a clock. Hooray. I'm going to go sleep in a bed, and we will put up the rest of these. And actually, while I'm going over here, I can go ahead and show off. I ended up cooking up more smooth stone than I really needed. I had so much cobble. I just started putting lava buckets in the furnace. And in fact, there's also a lava bucket in the furnace that I was using to cook up a bunch of sand into glass, because eventually I'm going to need to build a greenhouse. But in any case, the moon is rising, the sun is setting. Let's go ahead and sleep in the bed. And we can go back to finishing up our current score on the achievement wall. So let's grab all of these things, and I believe none of these things are going to stack with anything else in my inventory. And so we have the achievement for Monster Hunter, we have the achievement for Enchanter, which was expensive, but I have some extra diamonds, and so I'm unafraid to use them for the achievement Diamonds as well. We have the achievement of Local Brewery, or whatever it is. We have Librarian. We have Acquiring Hardware. We have Hot Topic. We have whatever the Obsidian achievement was. I can't think of what the name of it is. We have, I think it's called Into Fire for getting a blaze rod. And is that all of them? I think that's it. Let's do another quick count. Actually, if I were smart, let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 6, 7, 8, 9. Every 10, I'm gonna put a torch underneath it. Although possibly I'll go and, or every 5, I'm gonna put a torch underneath it. Possibly I'll go and put signs underneath these things labeling which achievement they are. And if you guys have suggestions of a better way to display this, I wonder if it makes more sense rather than having one big long line to have like 2 rows of it or something. And I'm not sure how many total achievements there are. I think it's in the 30s or so. I didn't actually go and count. And requires the beginning, the end, something that's kind of grayed out over here. All right, we'll have a few more achievements to get. In any case, while I was doing my branch mining, I also did a little bit of caving. And I ran into a skeleton and some creepers and managed to get myself a record far from having a skeleton shoot a creeper. And I'm pretty sure I've got some video of that, so I'll insert a clip of that into our little episode. And with that, have I caught you guys up on kind of all the off-camera work I have done? I've been thinking more about the maps and how I want to keep track of the biomes that we have found. And originally I was thinking, like I just kind of pictured in my head, you've got deserts and you've got plains and you've got ice plains and you've got extreme hills and all these kind of big biomes. And I'd kind of forgotten about the fact that there were a number of little biomes, such as the sunflower plains over here, that is probably... Yeah, it's just kind of like little pieces. Like you even saw, we went back and forth between plains and sunflower plains, and now we're in extreme hills and sunflower plains. I kind of like the way that the sunflowers over here are like growing right up on the side of the extreme hills. But in any case, this whole sunflower plains area is probably only like 20 or 30 blocks wide, whereas the smallest version that you can make a map is 128 by 128, and that's when it's kind of like at the not zoomed out at all kind of resolution. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and make a map just so we can start getting a sense of it. But I was originally thinking that I wanted to... We'll just make one for right now, which is 1 piece of redstone and 4 iron is a compass. And then I need to put... I haven't made a map in a while, and then I need to put paper all around it. And so fortunately I have plenty of sugarcane that we can use to make paper from my old farm at my old house. All right, so that makes an empty map. I'm just going to go ahead and try out an empty map right here so we can see kind of the most zoomed in version. Oops, do I just right click it? All right, there we go. And so there is a map of our house. And so yeah, north is this way. Okay, so basically we're in a plains. We can see our crazy little zombie hut. We can see the little achievement wall that I just set up. But basically this would cover plains. This would cover sunflower plains. If I go over here, like, is the extreme hills off the edge of this map, I guess? All right, the maps, they're not quite as big as I was thinking. So we get plains and sunflower plains over here, although then there's extreme hills over in this direction. This direction? This direction. Ah, these extreme hills right here show up on this map. And in fact, if I, let's see, can I hit escape? Down here, there's like some kind of like dirt thing up on top of this hill. I'm not sure if that's just dirt. They've added some new map colors, which is pretty cool. And yeah, I'm not sure that I know everything about the new map colors once again. I actually want to climb this hill and just see what this little brown spot on the top of this is. So I'll meet you guys at the top of the hill. Okay, it is indeed just an area of dirt that shows up on the map here. And then it looks like there's some sand over here. Is that the case? It'll be right down here. Oh, it's gravel, and gravel shows up in that kind of sand kind of color. Okay, interesting, interesting. In any case, we're in extreme hills. So I'm not sure in terms of, I wanted to make maps of all of the biomes as a way to keep track of the kind of like count of biomes that I found. But it seems like there's definitely not going to be a one-to-one correspondence between maps and biomes. And so I'm still not certain the right way that I would like to make some kind of visual display, kind of like we have the visual display of the achievements, and eventually the old CTM monument that I made for getting various blocks and record discs as things I wanted to collect. The mobs in the mob museum eventually will be very visual because you'll be able to see all the mobs. I'm going to have a greenhouse with kind of all the plants, and so that'll be very visual. I don't have a good visual way to kind of represent the biomes, and so if people have great ideas for how to do that, let me know. I do think I will start making some maps of the area, though, and then decide if I want to put them up on a map wall or decide exactly what I want to do there. In any case, now that we have a Silk Touch pick and an Ender chest, I am not fearsome of going too much further afield, especially when inside the Ender chest I've got some extra obsidian and flint and steel, for example, which we can use to always make another tunnel back if we need to get back, kind of in a hurry. And so I would like to start adventuring out to try to find some more biomes and some more kind of like biome temperatures, I guess, to find things, you know, like hot biomes like deserts and jungles and things. And so let me get the right inventory together, and then I think we'll start traveling. I thought of something else important that I want to pack on the trip, namely a full enchanting setup. And now that I have Silk Touch, I can actually pick up the bookshelves. Great, and so I'm going to pick all of this back up and put it in my Ender chest so I can take it along with me. So I think I have my appropriate inventory. Here are the things that I will be carrying along with me. And I've added a bit more inventory to the Ender chest as well. And at this point, I think I'm in pretty good shape for doing some traveling. And so we will be riding the horse because at least at the beginning, it seems like we're going to have some good terrain for horse riding. My plan, once again, is to head to the east. And we will just keep going to the east until we encounter new types of biomes or other interesting things along the way. And the sun is going down, so I'm going to head off in the morning. And since the sun is going down, we're going to be leaving our little achievement scoreboard area. I do like to make progress each episode, and since we won't be back here to update it, let's go ahead and bake some bread. Because of course, you bake bread inside of a crafting table. Baking is kind of a funny word for the bread, given how you make it. But let's go ahead and put the bread up on our achievement wall and update the scoreboard to say that we now have 19 achievements. Great. And I'm going to go to sleep, and then we will head off in the morning on our horse and see what adventures lie to the east. All right, horsey, are you ready to go on an adventure? You are? Oh, good. Let's go traveling. I believe we've seen this before. I'd forgotten about the fact that we were going to run into water pretty quickly on, and I'll have to decide what I want to do about the horse. It is a whole lot faster to travel on the horse, assuming that you can manage to avoid the water. And so I'm going to try to dodge my way around it when possible, and we'll see if we can continue generally heading to the east. But I might have to dismount at some point and go forward on foot. We'll see what happens. What is that? Oh, this is where I killed an Enderman, so this is just about as far east as we have traveled before. Oh, 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 whoa! Do not get your head caught in solid blocks while you're riding a horse. That is a bad time. Alright, so now we're about to head even further east. This will all be new stuff. Look at this! There's a forest that seems to be all zebra trees. Weird. Let's go ahead and bring up F3. Okay, I'm currently still in plains. Then I think I can hopefully jump across this. Yeah, there we go. And I'm in a birch forest. Birch trees is what these are called, right? Birch forest. Fascinating. And so this is something I haven't seen before. And it's a little bit dangerous. I'm going to take a shot. I'm just going to get somewhere kind of in the middle of this birch forest and see if I can manage to kind of make a map of it. I haven't looked at my coordinates to know if I'm going to be kind of like on the edge of what makes for a good map area. I wonder if I should just leave some of these maps out. Maybe I'll hold on to them for the moment. But basically, let's grab one empty map, and let's look at it. Can go ahead and bring off F3. Alright, so a birch forest from above looks kind of like a normal forest, except for I guess all the trees are the small trees, because you don't have any big, tall oak trees. But that is a new to me style of thing. That's also got a nice river biome on it as well. And so that might not be a bad map. That's map number 1. Eventually I'll go and rename and try to decide what I'm going to do with all of these things. I guess I'll hold on to the maps in my inventory for right now, and I need to pick up the ender chest, so let me grab my silk touch pick. But then we will hop back on board the horse and continue to travel to the east. There is also Birch Forest Hills. I saw that it got much higher elevation over here, and so I just wanted to check the F3 screen. And so that's kind of another biome variation related to the birch forest. And then it looks like we'll be coming on some more plains. Let's try to find a way down that we don't take fall damage. So far the horse is going well. I haven't fallen into any giant holes or anything. And I think, is this just a normal forest over here? Yes, this is a normal forest. We've seen these before, obviously. So let us continue. Got some more plains. And higher up in the forest, there are indeed forest hills, but I already knew that. I see the sun behind me is about to go down, and so I am going to take a nap in a bed. So let's hop off the horse, hope that he doesn't run too far. While I set this down, leave myself a nice little torch for the night. And I will see you in the morning, horsey. You did a good job today. Always a little bit risky to pick back up the bed after you've just slept in it, but if we end up back at our spawn point, that's what happens. But hopefully I'm not going to die. We're reasonably well armored, and if we're traveling during the daytime, hopefully we won't get ourselves into too much trouble. Let's continue heading to the east and see if we can find some new biomes. Aha! Look at this. I think I see a desert up ahead. Yes, I see cactus. That is the hallmark of the desert. Woot! New biome! New temperature! We have found a desert at 2500 of X. And 192 on the Z means I haven't traveled too far to the north-south, so that's good. And let me get somewhere into the desert and we will take a map of it as well. Ooh, what is that? I think there might be a new biome right over there, too. Where's the best place? Alright, let's try making a map right here to get some of the desert, and perhaps we'll get, looks like there's some flower forest over there as well, and perhaps we'll get some of this new biome that I can see on the horizon that looks like possibly it has a new type of tree in it. But one thing at a time. All right, let's get off the horse. Don't go too far, horsey. Don't go running into cactus or anything. I need to get one empty map that I will look at. This is map number 2, I believe it will be. All right, and all we got is the desert and the forest that we were just coming out of, and the flower forest. So I'll have to make another map once we get over into this thing, it looks like, because that's going to be just off the corner of this map. Horsey, come back. But let's go check out whatever this crazy new biome is. I would guess, based on the look of it, was there already something called the savanna? Like, since it's kind of like hot and still has a bunch of grass, that would be my guess. Savanna! Alright. So savanna, I probably saw that somewhere, that was one of the names of the new biomes, and that's why it popped into my head. But savanna, oh, look at these crazy trees. They have like a red face on the wood, and the wood goes diagonal on the trees. That's interesting. I presume I'm now off of map number 2 already. Yes, I'm somewhere off the corner, and so I guess I'm going to go over here. I should be kind of like well within the savanna, and we're going to try out a new empty map. I guess I can do it while I'm still on horseback. Right here. Great. And now we have a map of a savanna, and I'm going to chop down some of these trees to find out what kind of trees they are and to try to get some of that wood. Oh, wow, it looks really interesting on the map. All right, I can get rid of the F3 screen. Let's chop down some of these trees and get a better look at some of this wood. And for safety, let's go ahead and attach our horse to a post. And now let's chop down one of these crazy trees. It is acacia wood. All right, I've heard of an acacia tree. I don't know that I would immediately recognize one in real life if I saw a picture of one, so I'll have to take a look at one online to see just what it looks like. But we'll chop down... Looks like they have a fair amount of leaves. We'll cut down 1 or 2 of these to try to get some of the saplings. Someone told me in a previous comment on a previous video I only had 2 of the dark oak saplings that we found in the roofed forest biome. And apparently those are big trees that you need like 4 at a time, kind of like the jungle trees when you're trying to grow a big jungle tree. And so if we come across a roofed forest, I'm going to have to gather up some more of those saplings. But here we have acacia saplings, and I'm going to make sure I get at least 4 of them, although it seems like 1 at a time is going to be how these guys work. And then we can continue explore. Oh, is that might be a mushroom from a roofed forest over there, but I'm not sure. Yeah, I think it is. I think that is a roofed forest. And so we're going to go over there next so that we can get some more of the saplings, since I was just talking about that. But I think my inventory is going to fill up sooner than I thought. But that's okay because we have the ender chest on us. Let's make sure... Is there another sapling up here? I thought I saw one kind of glitching out before. All right, I'm going to grab a sapling and then we'll head over to the roofed forest. And by the way, here's the F3 for the savanna. So yes, it does appear that we have a roofed forest that abuts the savanna. I'm going to go ahead and dismount from the horse here really quick. And the desert, okay. And so here's the roofed forest once again. And yeah, let me find an appropriate sized tree to chop down that will actually net me a bunch of saplings of dark oak over here. Oh, horsey, don't go running over towards any of the cactuses. Bad horsey. Come back. I should have tied you up while I was doing this. And in fact, yeah, the sun will be going down soon. I need to manage some inventory over in the ender chest. And so how about we hitch you up once again for the night. And I will sleep in a bed, I will sort some inventory, and I will see you guys again in the morning. Okay, it's a fresh morning. Let's make sure I actually successfully pick up the lead this time, because I actually lost the lead last time. Fortunately, I had a few extra leads in the ender chest. And yeah, I don't think the lead went into my inventory again. Is that a bug? Oh no, here it is. It just bounces around off into the distance if you're not careful. And this is the silk touch pick, right? Yes, okay. So we'll pick that back up and continue heading to the east. There is also a savanna plateau over here at elevation, so that's interesting. So I'm higher up above the other portion of the savanna. And it looks like, is that another roofed forest over there? I think so. Let me go double check. Yes, over here we have another roofed forest. Okay, great. Didn't take a map of those because I know I have roofed forest that's back closer to my spawn point that we visited way back in episode 2 or 3. And so we'll continue heading to the east through another bit vast desert, and perhaps we'll see some interesting desert structures if I keep my eyes open. This is just interesting terrain formation. Crazy sand, perhaps meant to distract you so that if you're riding a horse, you're looking at it and not looking at the lava pool that you're about to fall in. I see what you're up to, Minecraft. Nice try, but you're not going to get me that easy. I do have a water bucket on the bar. And in addition to desert, there's also desert hills as you get into elevation, but that we were aware of before from previous versions of Minecraft. And ha ha ha! Look at this! Wow! There is a village and a desert pyramid intersecting. So the ancients built a pyramid, and then later on some villagers came in here and they decided, hey, let's build a village, and they completely ignored the pyramid and ended up with the two overlapping. I don't think you end up with any kind of like, yeah, there's no like village biome or anything, but we definitely want to check out this area. So let me find a safe place to park the horse. This looks like it will do. Let's go through our usual horse parking procedures. Come back, come back. You get tied up over here. There you go. Are there any... I don't think that there are any cactuses within range of where you're going to accidentally walk around. I actually don't have cactus. This was my first time finding deserts, and so I should actually take these home with me, because they're exciting. We already have carrots and potatoes from the one other village we found in a previous episode, but I do want to... We'll switch to the... Oh, I forgot to bring my better pick. I just have the unbreaking pick and not the efficiency 4 unbreaking pick. But let's go check out this crazy place. And so I like to... I hope they didn't change... Okay, that is still a stone pressure plate and not a wooden one. I like to open that up so that I get some sunlight shining down inside this guy. But then let's dig our way down here. Let's go ahead and break this pressure plate. Grab all the TNT. Disarm the trap that the ancients so predictably put in all of the pyramids that they built. And then let's see what we've won. Alright, that's a little okay. Eh. No diamonds. I wanted diamonds. Boo. Oh well. So I'm going to hit F3 just so we have the coordinates of this particular desert village and pyramid. And since it's a biome that I've already found... Oh, there is a librarian here. I could steal some more bookcases. That's actually not a bad idea. They're reasonably expensive to make. Pardon me, good sir. I would like to steal all of your stuff. You don't mind, do you? No? Okay, good. Let's get the Silk Touch pick. This won't cost me any inventory space because I'm already carrying around bookcases in my ender chest. And so they will stack nicely. I will leave all the sandstone behind because I'm accidentally picking some of that up and it's just going to clutter my inventory and I can make that pretty easily at some later point in time. Inventory management is definitely going to be a challenge, but we still have some space. And so I think it's time for us to continue heading to the east. There's a weird looking formation over here in the desert that I wanted to check out to the south, I believe. Okay, but it's just some more crazy floating sand. It looks like possibly some extreme hills over here. And then right on the border of this little river, I see some red flowers. I presume this is just river and you get some grass next to the river and it's a result of that, but I want to check the biome over here. And so if I press F3, yep, it's just a river, so apparently you can get red poppies growing on the border of a river. That is fine. Oh, and the sun's about to go down. I'm going to sleep away another night, and I'll see you guys in the morning. Another advantage to riding the horse that I only just discovered. I just ate my first piece of steak. We've managed to travel a long ways, and riding the horse doesn't seem to consume any hunger. And so that's nice. There's a crazy cactus growing on top of that little desert pillar over there. And is it possible that we're coming up on an ocean over here, or do I just have chunks that aren't loading? I think we might have an honest-to-goodness ocean over here. And so now I have a decision to make. Do I want to continue to the east and go across the ocean? I think I kind of do. I also need to check on the time for this episode, so let's see where we're at. Indeed, we've used up our time for today, and so in the next episode, will Brian tie down his horse and go sailing across the ocean, or will I try to ride along the shore in order to do some faster travel that way? Who knows? Find out next time in Exploration and Tactics. I hope, as always, that you guys are having a great day, and I will see you again soon for more exploration in particular.